Pithelum. I hold her up like she's a microphone. It's really funny.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
As if she can't hear you, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like a psychological thing. All right, I think we're there. Let's
Right,
see.
right. Meeting is now streaming live on
We are
YouTube.
live. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty then. Let's rock and
All
roll.
right. So it is, hello. It is March 23rd already, 2024. I'm here with King Smarty. Hey, Smarty, how are you?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I am doing great. So glad we
All
could get
right.
together. Do you want to give us any updates or go right into Q&A?
Let's just go into Q&A.
Okay.
Everybody should be paying attention. They can see the updates.
Yeah. Okay. So about a week ago, you wrote down something like I am the M1, and everyone wants to know what one means.
That's the main guy controlling the world's wealth.
Ah, yay.
Yeah, a couple years ago, there was a couple individuals like Neil Keen or something like that. A bunch of different guys claiming to be this M1, and basically it's the head of the financial system, and
All
everybody's
right.
claim yeah everybody's claiming to be the M1, and they're not.
Okay. Well, no one
So
really knew what it was. We were like, what does that mean? We didn't know. So here we do.
uh,
Yay. That's
well,
awesome.
you that's not new when it comes to me, right? You a lot of people a lot of people don't know a lot until I tell them what it really is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You put something up there and we're like, great. What is it? Yeah, good. All right.
Right.
Um, Last night you put out a post with the three Alcatraz escapees from like whatever that was, the 60s, the 50s, whatever it was. And then you put the guys that landed on the moon, and I was like, oh. So what you're saying is there's a lot more to that story than we are told,
Well, what it should tell everybody is that we've been lied to about everything,
right?
everything,
Um,
and the more and more evidence of the Rothschild banking system, the Rockefellers, and all of their banking systems, including Israel and Israelis. Um, More and more evidence of them being behind everything, the satanic, the Satanism, the Illuminati, all of the different banks and banking groups and Federal Reserve groups. They're all the same people, and they've been acting for thousands of years. And a part of that acting has to do with identity theft. Like, can you hear me
yep.
still?
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Here we go with the bullshit.
Okay. Now I can't hear you. Oh, we got one question in. Okay, let's clear the lines, everybody.
Here we go with the
All right.
bullshit.
Yep, yep,
So anyway, now everybody's starting to realize that the identity theft is actually real and it's been happening for a long time. So they would come in and do certain things and then act as they were someone when that they weren't, and control everything that that person owned. And that's what you're seeing with the unveiling of John Kennedy Jr. Um, I mean, if it's not clear to people that he's telling the truth, there's something wrong with y'all, because all of the evidence of of the dark forces at play. I mean, they've been doing this for thousands of years, even back in biblical times and up until the story with Anastasia and all them, and we all know what
Russia.
happened there too. Yeah, the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
So throughout history, good people come to power, and then they're assassinated and taken over by the dark forces, and certain people are put in place. With all of this new stuff coming out is proving that it's all been done to control the world, and the dark forces, mainly reptilian, are behind it all.
right, right.
So
So it wouldn't be a stretch of the imagination to say Charles Manson was out there running around. Like that
right,
story. Right. So all these stories we've been told and read about and researched, even back then, most of them are not even true. And we don't even know it.
right, that's exactly right.
Wow.
Exactly right. So, you know, everybody's having to everybody's having to, that meme that I make with the big pill, and it says take the pill
Yeah.
now, take the
Yeah.
pill now, or later on there's going to be what do you call those?
Suppository.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're at that point right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Like that, when you put that out there, I'm like, oh, dog, really? Like again, I haven't thought about it before, and I swallowed the story. Wow. So we'll be finding out all the real truth someday.
Yeah, yeah. Not only that, even the good guys that were trying to do good and want to do good and turn to daddy, that's why a lot of them had to fake their deaths.
Yeah.
And a lot of them took on fake personas also. Um,
Yeah.
it's clear that that's what happened if you look at the right signs. Okay, because we know certain people are still alive. Some of these people even made appearances on television, disguised themselves. Okay,
Okay.
so you know everything has been a shit show, or a literal movie, like they say. You're watching a movie, so everything you watching on TV and the news and media and blah 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 is all bullshit. That's why they censor the truthers, if you would, or the people that are exposing it all, because they don't want you guys to know that you've been lied to for thousands of years. Right now on TikTok, I got the video where they're showing you that you don't need a driver's license to drive. The Supreme Court ruled that in 2015. Now you got a lot of people, saying it's bullshit. The facts is that it's very true, and it was truer. It was true before the 2015 ruling by the Supreme Court.
Right.
So your ignorance to the law is not my problem. Okay, so you need to go research all this stuff. You got inalienable rights, if I'm saying that correctly. I know what it.
Inalienable. Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Right.
built in. Like we're born in this country. Those are our rights that are just given to us. Like there's
But
no
it's
dis.
more. It's more than the country. It's our creators' rights. Like,
Right.
you have the right to freely travel. Who the fuck are they
Right.
to tax us for traveling?
Right. Right.
Right. And as long as you're not hurting anybody when you're speeding down the road and you're driving, um, right, you shouldn't be pulled over at all. Now,
Right.
Now, I'm not saying to go out there and do reckless. I mean, yeah, you should learn the right to drive.
Ah. Okay.
All right. So yeah, you should learn all these things, right from wrong and all that. So that way you don't just recklessly go out there and hurt somebody. But all the rules and regulations is nothing but a form of taxation.
Yeah. And a
So
lot of times they're really out for the like ticket money. You know what I mean? They want to pull you over, fine you, and then there's like $1 jillion added on top of the fine. And it's just a
and
money grab, you know.
right, and most importantly, if you can't pay your fine, which they know a lot of people can't, they're gonna lock your ass up.
Yeah,
Okay, so sadly, this system has been overtaken, and it's been a force to suppress the United States people.
right, right.
Okay, because we were once free.
Yeah,
Right. A lot of us, like me, operate as if we still are free because we are, like I am. And we're the ones that's making changes. So that's why I don't I don't fully operate in their system. I mean, obviously I need a fucking bank card, an ID so I can have a bank account, right? Um, I feel stuff like that is going to people.
can't hear you.
People are going to see the energy signature, and your energy signature will be able to open up and use your bank account freely, just like
Right.
in the near in the not too distant future, you'll be able to power your vehicles just by touching it because your energy signature will power it. Your energy signature will be your currency. So a lot of the stuff that are binding us to their system will fade away. It is fading away. So
It is, yes. I
a
think
lot.
more and more people are realizing that these laws and these rules are not legit, and they're kind of bucking out of the system. They're like kind of slipping away. Not everybody, but more than a year ago. So that's good.
Right. And that's great because now people are starting to question everything like they should have been in the first place.
Right. Well, think of it this way. If everybody stopped doing X or Y or Z all at once, it would make change.
Exactly.
It would make change.
Exactly. Exactly. I was just sitting in the meeting with some people and I was telling them that, the whole voluntary stuff with the IRS and one of the brokers there admitted that it was true. So
Yeah.
you admit that it's true, but then you're still paying taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's there's a lot of people afraid not to pay taxes because they're the IRS agents are known to come after people with guns
Yeah.
drawn.
Yeah.
Now the good guys and the military and all the real good guys have to put a stop to that. Um, and if they don't, we will. Simple as that.
Right. Right.
Um, we I have faith in the people that Dad commissioned to do certain things. I don't have faith in the entire system, just the chosen ones that are chosen to make the changes.
Okay.
So,
How's Angelic Team 36 through 40 going?
oh, they're kicking ass and taking numbers. Yeah,
Excellent.
just this morning, well, last night and this morning, we Dad gave them more range to do more.
Oh, good.
Um, there were some things that we missed, and because of us missing certain things, other things haven't taken place. So we literally had to, stop yesterday and take care of a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Good.
So
Good. And so a lot of the mafia guys have been the bosses were scooped up a few weeks ago, and then the worker bees, the guys under them, they've had their time limit as well.
yeah, so what happened there was they've been replaced. Now, when I say replaced, I want you guys to imagine this: demonic um, possessions. Okay, you got a dark entity coming into you, and making you do dark things because you lowered your vibration. So now you have a dark entity that's controlling you and doing all types of shit with your body. That's why they called possessions and exorcism, right? The reason why I'm telling you that is because the angelic forces, Daddy and I can do the same thing. And we can take over the body, replace you with an angelic force, with a light being, and have you do exactly what Daddy wants you to do.
Right.
So you appear to be the same individual in the same position, but then you start to do things according to Dad, because he's the one that gave you the chance to do the right thing, and when you didn't, your soul was swiped out, and now you're doing what Dad wants you to do. That's what's happening.
Okay.
So just because you see certain people doesn't mean they who they were. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Interesting. Yeah. We all know about the dark forces doing that, but we don't often think about the light forces doing that, you know?
There's a lot of things people don't think about the light forces.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you another example. I'm all love and light. I'm all about, you know, taking care of business, healing people, and sharing and all that good stuff. And so when a dark act is when a dark act or actor is attacking me, then that's when I do my dark part and just kill them. Right now, the difference between them and me is that that's my job. And when I take you or take either take you, evaporate you, eliminate you, give you a heart attack, there's no one coming after me to, you know, put me in jail or
Right.
do things about me, because that's literally my job and Dad won't allow it anyway.
And there's no karmic implication because that is your job, where if one of us guys did the same thing, we'd be in trouble.
Exactly. This is also why everything is set on a timer. When I say Dad's timing is everything, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
This is also what keeps everybody at bay, because they know what I'm telling you guys is true. I really want to eliminate a lot of them, and some of them are good. They just didn't do what Dad wants them to do, and I want them eliminated too, right?
Right. Right.
Will Dad let me do it?
Yeah.
It's totally up to Dad.
Yeah.
However, that's what's happening, good or bad. You're not following Dad's rules, Dad's orders, Dad's commands. Then you have to deal with what comes. And a lot of people get taken, replaced, and some are just evaporated, never to be replaced or never to come back. And this is why you're seeing the changes that you're seeing, and um, you're seeing the changes that you're seeing, and there's also nobody interfering the way you think one would interfere, especially me talking the way that I do, right? You would think they'd be knocking on my door, pounding my shit down, hauling me in somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, now if it does happen, that's because Dad allowed it to happen. Because maybe I'll be evaporating people all the way to wherever we go.
You go there and you convert them over, but yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much, you know, what would take place. However, Dad is not allowing none of that. He's dropping it like it's hot everywhere. He's showing
Okay.
everybody that I am here to do what I'm doing, and I'm telling you all the truth, whether people believe it or not. I don't give a shit. We've been past that. We've been past the trolls. We've trained ourselves to see comments and just laugh about it, because it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
who is this person coming out of left field telling us that what we're doing is not real,
Right.
right?
Right.
So it's like I don't even waste my time with them, and I tell y'all the same. Don't waste your time with trolls. And you see, I troll the troll too. I don't care.
It's like once in a while you feel like stirring up a little trouble, you poke them a little bit, and then
Hmm.
they will spend all their time and effort fighting with you. It's kind of
Yeah,
fun to watch, you know?
it is. It is. It is. And I just be cracking up, and then next thing you know, I go about my business, and then I come back. Oh, you're still here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, yeah. I get that too, and I'm like, it's kind of fun. Sometimes I don't
Yep.
have the time for it, but it's kind of fun, you know? Yeah.
So we got some interesting developments happening behind the scenes. I'll show you guys some of the stuff that we got going on when Daddy wants me to. It's a lot of excitement. People are excited. Some of the plans that we have, for different areas around the world. People don't believe it. Even they still don't believe it. And when I say certain people are involved, they don't believe that shit either. So Dad is showing everybody how real this is. It's very, very real. I wouldn't even know where to make none of this shit up.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like I told people in the meeting this morning that sometimes Dad makes me go, and I say Dad. I said sometimes Dad makes me go talk to a bunch of people and sound like a whole weirdo. And then what it does, it opens up doors and it validates things. And
Right.
I pointed to the guy over across from me, and I said, just like you just validated what I said about the IRS. He's like, "Yep, I see." And I was literally talking about them while I was saying that because I'm in a meeting with people saying some weird shit.
Yeah, yeah.
However, they were excited because I had people that were with me that validated some of the stuff that I've shared with them, healed them, stuff like that. Um, it's all happening. It's all happening. Don't matter what.
Super
Don't matter
exciting.
what.
Super
Yes.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're on board. That's at the end of the day, they're on board. And as soon as Dad wants me to start doing what I do, then I'll let you guys know about that. We do got the magazine coming. It's being worked on. That magazine is going to be of the local area, but it's going to be a magazine for the people and for those of you guys coming, so that you'll see some of the people that I've talked to directly that y'all can contact with, some of the restaurants that I went to or that I go to, and some of the good people there. Everybody knows that I'm not I'm not trying to promote the business. I'm trying to promote the people that work at the business.
Right, right.
So that's
Well,
what that's
it's beautifully done, and I know that as Destin expands, it's going to be like probably important. It's like a program of what's going to be happening or whatever, you know?
exactly.
Yeah,
That's the main thing behind it all. That's exactly what we're going to do.
yeah.
And there's a reason why I called it Royal Coast Magazine, because interesting. I literally turned my phone off so that the mic wouldn't switch, and my phone's off, and it still haven't.
Yeah, you know, we lost a video a couple weeks ago and they showed us, we were both looking, it was recording and that video is nowhere, right?
Yep.
And they tried to do that with me and Lydia the other day. They said it was recording and I knew it wasn't. So
It's
there you go.
last ditch efforts. So
Yeah, yeah,
nothing to worry
yeah.
about.
So we were talking about the Destin area and in like it will be like a beautiful program of what's coming and events and this and that. But will you be doing those magazines in other major areas?
Uh,
Or is it
we 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 thought about it. We thought about it. But we will use the magazines for even when I travel to certain areas. We'll talk
yeah,
about that too.
okay.
So that everybody can follow it there, the people that don't know about us yet.
Yeah,
And we already know that some of the stuff that we'll be doing in the area wasn't going to be reported by the locals.
Yeah.
So, we also know that some of the media outlets weren't going to report some of the stuff, and they were also going to bash me in certain ways, right? So we with us knowing that, that's why we're putting other things in place, and we have our own servers. So they can't do shit about what we're doing. And
Excellent.
everybody that's of the light and that likes me, loves me, right, because of what I did for them and how I help them when I go to certain places. They're the ones that are going to know about everything. So for
Right.
instance, including the child trafficking that's still happening in the area in certain locations, I'm gonna put that shit in the magazine too. So all of the sacrificing and all of the witchcraft shit that's happening in the area, I'm gonna post that shit too. I'm gonna post it all, expose everything. um the fun stuff is mainly going to be there, but all of the shit that's happening here will be known so that everybody focus their energies into it and stops it.
Right. Right.
So it's going to be a fun magazine.
We have so many businesses out there that, whatever profit they make goes to nefarious causes. Like we'll call it a Starbucks, a McDonald's, whatever. They all need to be called out. Like we're doing it on social media. It usually gets covered up or deleted or whatever. We get banned, but it'll be good to have those businesses out of service, you know?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. So dad wants us to um buy up those type of companies and change their menus, obviously. um just like we talked about in previous videos, there's no way there's enough meat to fund to how you say supply all of these restaurants. No way in hell there's enough meat to supply all of these restaurants. Where the fuck is it coming from?
Yikes.
So
Yeah.
that being said, when we start doing all vegan stuff, we can make vegan hamburgers, vegan meats, and we can literally grow food almost instantly with my technology. So we won't have to worry about where the food comes from because we can actually see it grow.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Looking
So
forward to that.
yeah, and of course, eventually the food replicators will come into play. We just don't know how far out that will be. But we do know we have to clean everything up first before certain things are allowed to take place with the replicators. Um, so I'm looking forward to that too. That's going to be something. That's going to be mind blowing stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
if y'all haven't been paying attention to all the mind blowing stuff that's happening now, you know, it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun stuff happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Changes happening, exposure, everybody's being exposed. You got more and more people, come being ballsy,
Yeah.
brave and talking the way they do.
Right.
Even you see the boxer Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
He's exposing it in a fun type of way too, because he's
Yeah.
even saying, talking about his crew. You work for them too, right? So, but he's making a joke of things. However, it's very true,
Yeah.
very true, and
There's
of
there's
course
been
he's
some
he's
actors that are
protected.
coming out too, and it feels like they've flipped sides. So that's exciting. Sorry to interrupt you. But it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It really is exciting to see, and it's that time to expose
Yeah.
everything and everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, it's hard because, most of us are boycotting certain companies, but it's like literally almost every company is doing something nefarious, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, we do have to buy food somewhere or whatever. We do have to get stuff from somewhere. So it's hard to choose anymore where to go. So I look forward to when they're legit companies, you know, profit is fair, and they're good companies. They don't have an agenda, a negative agenda. Looking forward
Right.
to that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
we're all headed.
Yep. Okay.
That's why a lot of us good people have to own all of these things,
Yeah.
because we can make changes from the inside out, and really the public doesn't necessarily need to know all of the changes
Yeah.
that are being made.
Yeah.
You know, but they'll see the obvious changes, which is
Yeah.
what we all want.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been screwed by several companies in the past week, like basically overbilled, overcharged over this, and it's like, and even the dates, like you're supposed to get 30 days and you get like 7, like, or whatever. So I look forward to having an honest, if we have to pay a fee, an honest fee, an honest service, just the basics, like what you think you're getting, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we've talked about Destin a little bit. Like you were talking before about it, it's going to be the capital of Earth. You're going to expand it. Like I know it's an island, there's only so much land for development or whatever. What does that look like? Like you had the plans for the stadium, like you're going to need a chunk of land for that. Where's that going to go?
We got a whole body of water right over there.
Yeah.
So you seen what they did in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what I
we could,
thought you were going to say. I think they did
yeah,
it in Nigeria too. They dredged up, you know, and
yep,
they all right.
yep.
So the ocean front that we have now is probably going to look a little different down the road.
Yeah, it's going to look real different. Plus, we'll have floating, um, floating ice skating rings and floating all types of stuff out there. It'll be so wild, and it'll be stationary too. It's a secure lock, if you would. You ever seen the spacecrafts pop up and then they stay in one place, and then they won't go nowhere from that one place.
Mhm.
Well, that's because they're locked in. The Earth has a grid, and it's, like the Matrix patterns, blah blah blah. So we can have a floating whatever out there, and it'll be locked in. It doesn't even have to be on the water.
Oh, cool. That's
Um,
cool.
I'm sure y'all saw the Jetsons growing up. Did you see any cords and the big ships in their houses and all that? They were
No.
just floating stationary, and they would go from, ship to ship or house to house. So those are special type of lock systems that we would lock in on the Earth. It's wild. It's wild technology. People don't even think about this type of stuff that exists.
You had shown us a year or more ago, an underwater hotel, maybe in Dubai, or like
Yeah.
you could, it was in the ocean. You could have this beautiful room with glass and see the fish and stuff. And you had told us too that they were going to have that in the Destin. I'm going to assume the bay, but there's going to be that as well. So some underwater stuff. That's going to be cool.
Not only that, but it'll be connected to the mermaid kingdom too. So the Aquaman movie.
Yep.
You're going to be able to go from here to there to different locations. We're going to set up you know, what do you call it? A tourist attraction. You're going to be able to see all of the caves and the tunnels that they used for bad stuff. Um, you're going to see the tunnels and caves that they also used for transportation. Certain people. All of this is going to be revealed, and then we're going to branch it off to other civilizations on Earth. Some of them already exist. However, no one has access to it yet because Dad doesn't allow. But, or should I say, however, it's all coming. It's all coming. So one day you can be sitting on your couch watching a video on you know a beautiful resort, and you know the next thing you know you're there. So it's just like now you when you look for travel plans, when you want to go to certain locations, you want to go to the Bahamas, you
Right.
look it up, you make the plans, and then you go. Then as you go, you'll see who you got to talk to, where you got to go, blah, blah, blah. So that's the same thing that's going to happen to all of these civilizations all across the planet.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So right now you're seeing the demise of the last remaining dark group on Earth, which is the satanic pedophile Israeli group. Um, so they lost already. They've been lost. They're not revealing that. They're making it seem like they're still in power the way that they make you believe. I mean, they made you believe all this other shit, and that wasn't true, right? So I'm telling you guys that they already lost. They are to surrender publicly. They will be held accountable, and that will be that. That will be the end of it all. Once it's all done in the public eye, that date will be a freedom day for the Palestinians. So we will have that date as well to celebrate Freedom Day for the Palestinians. Until then, we will continue to annihilate all the dark forces that plague the earth. And I'm not taking no prisoners at all. There's no room for prisoners.
I support that. Milk Dud City, right?
Yep. Milk
Right.
Dud City, Pebble Valley, and beyond.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome news.
They,
Yeah.
they 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 don't believe what I'm saying, which is also beneficial for us. Because the more and more they don't believe what I'm saying, the more I do it to them.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Okay. We in the past week or so we've been seeing these monoliths appear. Like they were there maybe 2 or 3 years ago, popping up around the earth. Then they pop out and then boom, they at least one has shown up. I don't know if there's more. What does that mean?
Well, they've always been dimensional frequency portal activation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But um, there's a lot of them, and expect to see more. They're like a galactic tuning fork, if you would, and
Ooh.
they were also used to hide certain realms.
Oh.
Yeah, so when you're vibrating, okay, there's obviously tools that you have to use to put up screens, put up cloaking, energy fields. We all seen Wakanda and how they went through the bubble, through the dome, right?
Got it. Yeah.
That's literally what those are. So the fact that they're being revealed should tell everybody that more and more districts are opening up. Like I told y'all, that's what they are.
Ooh. Okay, so we just saw one in Wales like in the past week. So
Mhm.
where is the district? Like, or what, like, use that as an example so I can understand more fully.
Okay, well, there'll be more land. There'll be more land discovered because that has been exposed. Um, think of it as all right. I don't know if you played a video game, but in the video game, there's maps and boards, and every time you go, you complete a certain level, it becomes a checkpoint, and
Yeah.
after that checkpoint, other maps and other realms open up. That's pretty much a indication of a checkpoint.
Okay. It's a good thing, is what you're
It's a,
saying.
it's a good thing, yes, because we are going to open up. I mean, you all hear me talk about opening up the earth or this district to the other districts, right?
Yeah.
So this is where we're headed. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Super exciting.
Mind you, if you look at the structure, doesn't it look like my teleportation?
It's cool. It's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So it almost seems like it's raising the vibration of the planet. Okay. So it's raising the frequency. And as all the darkness lifts and all this happens, it allows the earth to expand. And
Right.
maybe the expansion was already there. We just couldn't see it.
Exactly. And also the crop circles do the same thing.
Oh,
So all of the new recent crop circles that you see, start looking for them because once you see them, it opens up your consciousness even more.
oh.
Because
There's
they're yeah, go ahead.
there's a lot of crop circles in England. Like that's really where the big center of the activity is. So it opens up your consciousness when you see them, even if you look at a photo.
Yep, it activates certain consciousness levels and certain triggers.
Wow.
Yeah, they're literal triggers.
Okay.
It's kind of like okay, we hear about these epiphanies, right? People say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I was sleeping until 2005, and something happened, and it's like, whoa, woke me up."
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what happens when you guys start looking at these crop circles
Okay.
and start looking at these monoliths and start looking at the frequencies and start looking at my new products and blah 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 blah. What happens is it triggers the mind and then activates you even further. You know how I talk about the whole consciousness level is rising and the
Yeah.
mind has to rise with it? That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. And this shit, I turned my phone off. But anyway, I got another device, another product that's also going to help with that. The raising of the consciousness and clearing the house and clearing the it's like a clearing the house of entities, air freshener, all in one. Raising your
Wow.
consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got another one of those and I'll show you exactly what it looks like right now. Hold on.
I
Because
just
this
had a,
thing,
as we're talking, I'm like, we should put together slideshows of all the crop circles and the monoliths, like, and just like it's like a cocktail, like the hollow cocktail. Like, hmm, okay. No, you're all right. I can't hear you though. Oh, that is cool.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
this
cool.
is yeah, this is gonna be like like I said, it's gonna raise the consciousness, it's gonna clear your house, clear the air. It's like an energetic air purification system. It's literally what it is. Uh
Beautiful.
yeah, I'm also making a smaller one for like a sleep crystal that's gonna look similar to that. You just put it in the on a nightstand and that's it. You're gone.
I like,
Or should I say work?
yeah,
The
I
work
love it.
crystal. The work crystal.
So, right. Excellent. Excellent
Yeah,
ideas. Yeah, a lot of creativity with your products. No?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
dad wants the energy everywhere. So he keeps making me he keeps having me produce these products because what they do is they create pockets of energy everywhere. And all of the different frequencies do different things. So not only does it clear the air, but it sucks in darkness like vacuums. There's a lot of things that my devices do. Even back in the day when I made the Demon Buster, the Reptilian Buster, the Archon Buster. So what people didn't realize was these images that were named these things I made the image, right? However, I also put a vortex on the image so that when a certain entity looked at the image, it sucked them right in. That's the reason why the planet's lighter. That's the reason why it's increasing. That's the reason why a lot of the darkness is changing. A lot of the the negative people are starting to reveal themselves because they're being suffocated, if you would, right?
Right, right.
And they have no choice but to reveal themselves. And once they reveal themselves, then we can handle them as well.
Love that.
Boo,
Love
boo.
that. Yeah. Yeah. I know you had shown me years ago, you did a hollow on a paper, but you had put a like a flower of life, but so people didn't know it was there. And that's why, like, that's what I was thinking you were going to do with your magazine is put stuff in the magazine so that when people are looking at it, they're getting all sorts of things they don't even know that's in there. And
I
I'm sure
did.
you've already thought of that. I know.
Yeah, I did. I did. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, check this out. On the back of the magazine, the very, very last page, I have a couple of holograms and I tell people put a glass of water here.
Yeah.
And that way people know that the magazine doesn't just have cool ads in it, it also heals you, right?
So
So
it's a magazine and a coaster.
exactly. Check this out. I'm going to launch it April 1st, but here it is here. Look, this is the back.
Smarty's Corner Go. Oh, yeah, nice. And I can't really read the text, which is still cool. It's still cool.
Right.
Beautifully done.
What I'll do is I'll just take a screenshot real quick and I'll post it so that everybody can see that this is the back of the magazine. It has the instructions just like the website. And this is, we're going to change every image for every issue. And since we have thousands of hollows, we'll just add, we'll
Right,
just keep switching it up. And
right.
that way, not only will you be able to check out all the fun stuff, but the people that don't know about the free hollows, there you have it.
Yeah. I love it.
Me
Great,
too.
great concept.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I can see why you've been so busy, you know?
So right. So it's not just a magazine; it's a healing device. Okay.
Right, right. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. And just like any building or whatever that you build or whatever you oversee, you'll put the energy in the building. And so when people walk through the door, it might be a clearing door, and then they walk here, and then it's whatever it might be. It'll be cool.
That's right. That's right. And all the buildings are going to be so beautiful and so fantastic. And let's see, what's today? Today is Saturday. So um the 28th, I have a surprise for y'all, and it has to do it's going it's about the buildings. It's about the new technology. It's about 3D printing. It's about super ageless structures like David Adair was talking about. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you're going to see what I mean about all that too. We're Dad is bringing everybody together to work on these things. Okay, so it's only a matter of time before he allows us to get started in the ways that we all want to get started.
Right.
So just hold the line and realize that we're all walking into a new reality together, including the dark ones, and they will fade away as we go.
Boom.
Boom.
Love that. Love that.
Yep.
Um, okay, yet again, the eclipse. So many people talking about solar flares, CMEs, the eclipse, and all this stuff that's going to happen. Can you go through? Everyone in authority is talking about the solar flares. The energy is really high, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, and so I guess it depends on your belief system. Everyone was taught about the sun being burning hot, that we have solar flares, we have CMEs, and now we're learning none of that's true. So there are
Right.
no solar flares.
Right. So that's to tell you the authorities ain't authorities.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's all bullshit.
right.
the only solar flash that the only sun that's going to hit the planet is me, period.
Right. Right.
And I'm doing it already. This is why you're seeing the increase of the Schumann resonance.
Right.
I've already proven to everybody that follows me, right? And even the ones that are following me secretly,
Right.
that I myself can hit the Schumann resonance and raise the planet's vibration.
Right.
So, that being said, there won't be no solar flash the way everybody's portraying that.
Mm.
It's going to be me constantly increasing the energy fields of the earth as that allows. Once we have, once people start using the chambers, then they'll realize what the solar, the what the the flash will be all about, because you're
Right.
literally going to have a new body in a flash, a
Ooh.
crystalline based body in a flash. So um that's the only solar flash I know about.
Right. Okay, good. Good. Because everyone is contacting everyone else about it. Oh my God, the energy. And what I try to say if they contact me is the energy of Earth is rising, consciousness is rising, the Schumann is rising. That's how we measure it. And it's
It's
because
true.
the consciousness is rising. And
It's true.
that just forces the truth to come out. You know what I mean? The,
That's exactly what it does. It forces the truth to come out, and it also forces those bullshit artists to fade away.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not fading away, guys, because I'm the truth. The last time I checked, Dad is the truth. Dad knows everything. I'm not going to tell you guys that's something that isn't coming true or coming from Dad. Now I play around and I crack jokes, but most of the time I'm very serious about what Dad wants, especially when people are suffering.
Right. Right.
Um, and I'm also helping you guys understand that as long as we have Dad and as long as we have the frequencies, we have eternal life already. Those dark ones that turn their life or turn their backs on Dad are the ones that don't have eternal life no more, and they're fading away. They're being executed. They're being evaporated. They're being taken away. All of that shit. Okay, so the people are going to have to relearn everything. Everybody, because there's not one religious group on this planet that has it right. Not one. Okay, and we're not a religious group. We're just Dad's chosen ones.
We're
We're not a
super
religious
cool.
group. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. We're we're not a religious group. We operate in love and light. I consider y'all my brothers and sisters. Even some of y'all that give me fucking headaches.
When you say that, I've got a person's picture in mind, but okay.
Yeah, she's number one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's all good. Everybody's going to have to come to terms with what they were taught was bullshit. And this is everything, everywhere. Don't matter where you're at on the world, in the world, right? On the world, in the world, both. You've been lied to, period.
Wow. Well, this whole Alcatraz thing is blowing my mind. Like, again, I never thought about it. I never thought about it that way, but like just the extent of the lies,
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
crazy. So it'll be very interesting.
So recently, Ryan Garcia was talking about how they worship these half man, half fish gods over there, right? The Vatican and all them, right? Now, doesn't the Vatican have that fish thing on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's telling you all the truth. Um, um, she just texted me, by the way. He's telling you all the truth.
Yeah.
When he said that he was in the Vatican and they showed him the Holy Grail, he was telling the truth too. Um, he's also protected. When he put that other guy's information out there, I texted the individual and told him, listen, Ryan leaked your information, but it's all good. This is who I am. This is what I can do. I'm the boss. If you need anything, just let me know.
Wow.
Did he believe me or not? I don't give a shit. Was I telling him the truth too? Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
And you heard from that video that it's deep. It's deep, but we all knew it was deep. Now we're being shown the truth
Yeah.
about how
Yeah.
deep it is.
Yeah.
And it gets deeper, it gets deeper, including with me. Like, I'm not even done. I'm not, people don't even realize who the fuck I am and what it all really means or meant, right? So, um, when we change into that, or me and the crew, when we change into ourselves, then it's like, oh shit, game over. Then what are you going to say? Oh, I can transform too. Yeah, okay, let's see you do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we we got a lot of wonderful things to look forward to, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's always fun to talk about, right? It's always fun to talk about, and it also manifests it happening faster and faster and faster. So I get some people saying, "Oh, he's saying it again." Oh, I heard that before. You're going to keep hearing it until it happens,
Right.
and then you're going to see it.
Right.
Because since last year, I've been telling you guys a lot of the things that you're seeing right now. So I'm going to keep telling y'all that we're getting the crystalline chambers, we're restoring the planet, we're building cities that will make Dubai look like the ghetto. We're restoring the people, we're bringing people back from the dead. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're connecting the planet to other planets. We're opening up portals. We're going to have galactic commerce. I got the world's new currency, right? I got the world's new currency, and it's all happening. And I'm telling y'all, and that's what the purpose of these really
Right.
videos
Right.
for educational purposes, for increasing your knowledge, increasing your abilities, for help, love and light, healing. We are literally it. We have it all. Period.
So this might be a good place to talk about how manifestation is. It's in the etheric realm. It's invisible. Okay, so you do a healing or you manifest whatever, a widget. Okay, it's forming out there. We can't feel it or touch it or we don't see it, but then it comes into our reality, our physical reality. People don't get that, and I always tell them like every illness, every injury started out there and then it came into the physical, you
That's
know?
right. That's right. You literally, okay. First they have to understand that energy tells matter what to do. Okay. And what that means is the right energy, including the wrong energy, will tell matter what to do, what to form, what to make, what to manifest, what to produce, blah, blah, blah. So
Right,
your thoughts create the reality. When you start realizing that the more love and light you have, the faster your reality forms, the more you operate in love and light. What that means is we all know what imagination is. Now, in school, they told you to use your imagination. What they didn't tell you is your imagination is where your reality begins.
right,
So if you go to the supermarket and you see, I'll just say this: you see a piece of a bread and you think about, man, this bread would look good in some toast with some olive oil or something. So then you take that bread and you go home and you do it because you manifested it. Same thing with the mall. You go to the mall. You're going to the mall to get yourself a pair of pants or something, and you're trolling down the mall, right? And then you pass by a store that has a pair of brand new sneakers that you like, and then you say, "Man, I wish I had enough money to buy those sneakers because I really like those." Then you go about your business, and you just manifest days later.
You just paused.
Yeah. Next thing you know,
Damn it. Oh my God. Okay.
yeah, they really don't like that.
Yep.
So
So
anyway,
yeah,
you go down, and you see the pair of sneakers. You forget about it. You go home, and then you know, some things happen where now you have money to go get those pair of sneakers that you just
right,
wished
right,
for.
right,
So that's manifestation. That's literally how you manifest things, right? Um, with us, we do it in a way where we know what we want. We know everything's possible, so we put our thoughts into it, and then boom, it instantly manifest. Especially for healing. Now we all know it's about to happen again. These fuckers. Uh, we all know that there's lots of diseases out there. We understand because I taught everybody. We understand that diseases, accidents, it's all forms of energy attacks. So we all know that there's always a frequency to kill the disease or stop the attacks or attackers. So what we do is we muster up the certain frequencies, and then we manifest healing in the person's body because we already have the frequency to it.
right,
So what that looks like is you use your imagination to see the person's body. Once you see the person's body, you know what's wrong with them. You take the frequency that's already provided, whop, you hit them with it, and then they become cured because we just used our skills that I taught y'all to cure them.
right.
That's manifestation. That's
Yeah,
manifestating their health. And the more and more they're open to it, the faster the healings take.
yeah, and that's a really important point because a lot of them are very negative and they don't believe it's going to happen, so it kind of doesn't. Because like the manifestation is like this, and they're like, "Oh, it's not going to work," and it goes back. You know what I mean? It flip flops. It's kind of like a noise canceling headphone. You've got an illness, and that's the frequency, and then the healing frequency overlays it. You know? Okay.
Yep.
Wasn't sure if you
Yeah.
were
Yeah, I
okay.
heard you. Yeah,
Oh,
I
cool,
heard you.
cool.
That's exactly what it is. Now people don't understand that the more vibrating they are, the more loving they are, the faster they can manifest things. And that's what I'm teaching y'all. That's what I've taught y'all. That's what I want to teach y'all that are willing to listen, because we got it. We know it. We know it's real. We know the attackers are real. We know there's a spiritual dimensional war. Okay. Um, a lot of books told us about all this stuff. However, we live it now, and I'm educating people on it. And I'm doing it a way where they keep interfering like what they're doing right now.
Right,
My hands are right here. Like I'm not doing none of this shit.
right, right.
And we're talking about manifesting and they keep interfering.
Yeah.
Everything keeps switching from the phone to the laptop. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. They don't want it out. They don't want anything out. It makes us feel good. It raises our vibration. Then it gets out to those that are going to watch this. They feel better. They understand it better. They don't want it out there, you know?
Right, right. And it doesn't really matter what they want because we already won. So I don't let this crap get to me. It's like, okay, as soon as daddy allows, your ass is done.
Yeah.
I don't worry about nothing. You know, I just like,
That's
that
funny. That's
yeah,
funny.
that put me in the position where he's shown me things. He tells me things, and he like he doesn't have to convince me anymore. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm getting to. He's already told me I'm this person. He's already told me I can do this, and I'm doing it. Like I don't need nobody else to co-sign.
Right.
You understand? I don't
Yeah.
need a co-signer. I got daddy.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Jesus Christ.
So,
Anyway, that's good.
yeah. Along with the solar flares, we got a question about Earth changes, like the poles are flipping, and the land masses are changing, and this and that. Is all that stuff going to happen? I mean, it feels kind of like fear-based to me.
No,
Okay.
no, see, everybody has to understand that that was a cabal thing.
Yeah.
They wanted the land mass to change. They wanted all this other stuff to change. Now there will be some land mass coming out of the ocean, things like that, but it won't be like California taking a dive and Florida taking a dive.
Yeah.
Why would Dad put me here if the shit's going to dive?
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of it is just literally fear porn. That's
Yeah.
the words they use for that.
Yeah. And they might have also planned an attack where they were going to come in and like cause floods and tsunamis and this and that more than they already have, and to wipe out more people, because it seems like a pole shift would have really messed up the earth for us.
Right. And there's been lots of attacks. I mean, at one time we were surrounded by, China forces and armies and all that stuff, and nobody knew about it. And what happened? We evaporated a lot of their stuff. Nobody knew about it. Like the time the giants were getting prepared to come out of Antarctica to attack the U.S. and Russia, right? Then all of a sudden, all of the giants collapsed. Okay, nobody knew about that until I said so.
Right.
Is there evidence? If is there evidence of it all? Yes, there is. So they're coming to terms with an individual that can do things that aren't normal. For instance, when I released the Shelton call, the DoD, their big thing was they didn't want certain militant groups around the world knowing that there's an individual that can evaporate entire armies. They didn't want people knowing that. And it doesn't matter because everybody knows now. Everybody knows it's true.
Yeah.
And okay, everybody knows that I'm saying that. They don't know, everybody don't know it. They do know that I'm saying it and I'm claiming it. When they realize it's true, that's when those guys or everybody else are going to be like, oh shit. And a lot of the people that even said, bad things to me won't even admit that they said bad things to me because they're going to look like shit.
Yeah.
And my advice to y'all is just come clean, just admit you was wrong, and we'll party. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can sit in the corner with your guilt and let that shit kill you because I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the programming is so heavy for everyone. It's shocking, like we've grown up with it all of our lives. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
When the wealth transfer happens, we've talked about how, there'll be a debt jubilee. So all the like bank loans, the mortgages and car loans and things will be forgiven. So question, what about those that rent? There's some that rent from corporations and these big complexes, and there's some that rent from private individuals. Will the renters have any financial impact with that?
Yeah, because they'll find better locations, and then that will force changes.
It'll
You
force the
saw,
prices down.
you saw that?
Yeah,
So yeah, it'll force the prices down because nobody wants to rent because now they have money to go buy their own shit.
yeah, yeah,
So what'll end up happening is those type of businesses or those type of complexes will now have to get creative to, do other things to generate an income.
yeah. Okay.
And for far too long, a lot of these realtors and stuff like that, they've been getting rich off of people's sweat, blood, and tears, and only for the people to lose their property if they couldn't pay a mortgage.
Yeah, yeah,
So all of that shit is out the window. It's over,
yeah.
over.
The rental prices are as high as a mortgage. All right. And mortgages, of course, are hard to get without certain requirements, but it's crazy. So the prices need to come down, period. People are just greedy, you know?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Now there's a property that I'm looking at, right? And this property is so and so price. Now, I've contacted certain individuals and I even looked online for the price of this property. And I'll say it's between 100,000 and 200,000. Now, they want 400,000. So my response was, okay, well, you're either greedy or you just don't want me to have it because of my skin color. So what is it? You see what I'm saying? So those type of people with the greed factor and all that, they're going to lose everything.
yeah,
They're
yeah. They
going to lose.
deserve to. They
Yeah,
deserve to.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They're going to lose everything, and
Yeah.
yes, they deserve to. Right.
And just like all these online businesses, subscription, 12.99 a month, 15.99, like, that stuff adds up. And of course, it's only going up, up, up. And if you call to complain, they're like, oh, our expenses are going up. No, they're just greedy, you know?
That's right. That's right. They are just greedy. I'll give you an example. When all the Corona stuff happened, um, they put the prices up on me with all my shipping and manufacturing, right? They put the prices up on me. Did you see my prices change? No, because I didn't think that was fair. Why would I do that? Because you're claiming this and you're claiming that.
Yeah.
My prices didn't change. In fact, they went down because I knew there were people were suffering. Not
Yeah.
only that, I put the free stuff out there. The free
Yeah.
COVID cure, the free the remember the gas image.
Yep.
Okay, that's still circulating. You can go find it for free. You don't have to buy shit from me. I can care less. Daddy's going to send other people to buy stuff from me. Those
Right.
of you guys that think I shouldn't get what I want from my products, you have to realize I don't give a shit. You also have you also have to realize that Dad made the prices. Furthermore, he's the one that's going to send the customers to buy them.
Right. That's funny.
So while you're talking all this shit about me, Dad's still taking care of me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
So yeah, exactly. It is very funny.
Yeah, and I see you've got some really awesome things coming out. Like I know you've got the toilet paper and then soap and some other personal care things, but it sounds almost like you're going to have almost anything. It almost looked like you had underwear or something coming out, you
We
know?
do. We do. Bamboo underwear.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
going to be great. I mean, one-stop shopping, you
That's
know?
exactly what Dad wants. He wants a one-stop shop. And of course, he wants people to live in peace and comfort and not worry about the toxic in our food, clothing, water, stuff like that. So he's the one that keeps burning my ass to get these projects done.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem doing it because I actually love to do it. Right? It's cool stuff. It's changing people's.
Okay.
Yeah, so imagine if I wasn't censored, how much people would be healed right now.
Yeah, would be great. Be great.
Yeah, so I mean it's happening anyway, and the censoring and all that also serves a purpose because people are going to be more upset when they find out that I've been out here doing all this stuff and they didn't find out because people were censoring me. And they lost loved ones, and if I wasn't censored, they could have saved them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I blame the cabal for all of it. Not daddy. I blame them because daddy gave them free will, and look what they did with their free will. So that's another reason. There's many. That's another reason why I want to eliminate all of them, and I ask daddy every day.
Yeah. 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 All right. Um, Back to the GCR and debt jubilee and all that. The loans that have defaulted, mortgages or car loans that have defaulted, and they might be in collections or foreclosure, will they like disappear, be forgiven, blah, 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 blah?
Yes, because they were all on a fraudulent system, and we will be hearing the military come out with a lot of this information.
Awesome.
Don't expect it to come out from Trump or any of their crew. Look for military intel to drop all this information, and if they don't, they're going to be in trouble.
Boom. Okay. Right. Um, when we go through the chambers, will we have our same names or do we have to come up with a cool superhero name? Because I got to start working on mine.
Well, what'll happen is you guys will remember your names, and then you can go by the name you want or the same name people know you by.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
my name will always be Sananda Galactic. However, you can call me Smarty. Some people call me King. My close family members call me John, of course. But I always be known as Sananda Galactic.
Yeah.
So
All right. Cool. That's cool. Um, wow. Okay. So you mentioned the T word, Trump. Huge trigger for people. Like we get so many questions asking about what's going to happen. Is he good? Is he bad? And blah, blah, blah. And I try to tell people it doesn't even really matter that he's going to do whatever he does and either he'll be there or he won't. But I also tell him I think the political system is going to change fairly soon. I
right.
know we're in an election year. It's going to heat up. It's going to get ugly. So any words you can give us there, like or any information on that?
Okay. Well, as far as B,
Yeah, you're on. Okay.
yeah, let's hit everything we gotta hit. And known and unknown.
Green Dad told me to call you, so
Yep.
anything else, up?
Done. Yep, clean this all up. Well, Sue was just asking about Trump. What are we gonna do with Trump?
Not right now. Dad, tell us when.
Okay. He says nothing right now. So we'll see. We'll see what Daddy wants us to do with him. We do know that he won't have a choice but to follow our orders anyway. So we don't care either. Um,
Yeah.
that being said, let's hit everything else. We'll cover everything, clear everything up, and then I'll give you a call when we're done here.
Okay, and Blue.
Done. Anything else?
All right, Daddy said something else. Ask Sue anything messing with her. Ask, see what's happening.
Dad said if there's anything that is going on over there that we need to address.
On my side,
Yeah.
the only thing is, I think my cat's always being attacked, but I think other than that, we're good.
I clean it up. Close the portals. All the access openings and cover everything with gold, silver, and platinum here, and I'll bring you.
Yep, done.
All right.
All right, we're good. All right, love you, bro.
Love you, bro.
All right, bye-bye.
Cool. Yeah, my cat's been attacked for months. It's like, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, so Dad always calls. B and Dad always call when there's something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm in the middle of something and I have to pick up because I know we gotta take care of something.
yeah,
Um, I'm sure there's other things that we're addressing there too, over there too. So you don't have to say it. I'm sure there's more, and we're taking care of that too.
cool, cool,
All
cool.
right, let's get back to work. Where were we?
Well, you, we talked about Trump a minute ago. So basic bottom line is we don't really care. We're just watching what he does. He's going to do what he does, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Right. Trump is pretty much um a puppet, if you would.
Yeah,
They claim that the military chose him to do certain things and blah blah blah, which is cool. Um, to me, Daddy, Daddy obviously put him in the position he's in because nothing happens without Daddy's approval. So you're put into a position that your creator, your father, your God put you in to do, and there's certain things that you're to do, and you haven't done them yet. So we know that they're waiting for the elections to take place. Dad don't want that. I said that already.
yeah,
So because they're stalling and because they're waiting for their thing, Dad is taking things from them, taking more from them. Now, you got these military think tanks that think they know more than Dad. Okay? They don't. And we also know that it's the military think tanks that think they know more than Dad because Dad tells us.
right.
You know what I mean? Like you guys can't fucking hide from us.
Yeah,
And there's no way around me. You know that's true. So um what I would do is hope for the best for them because I don't care. The minute I'm to do what I gotta do, I would do it. And we all know what that is.
right. Good, good. Okay, just wanted to bring that out. Now, I know we talked about this a little bit, the video that got chopped off. Question about the dome and the ice ring. So the question is, how long has the dome been there? And was the ice wall there when it was put up, or was it put in afterward?
The ice wall was put in after the dome, and the dome was about 200 billion years old.
200 billion.
Yeah, with the B. It was put there in place by the Martians because they lost their planet. And after that happened with the whole Mars war and all that,
Mhm.
they landed in Antarctica and then they placed a dome over the area so that they can live
Yeah,
in somewhat peace. With all that being said and done, slowly but surely the reptilians came in and took over.
right, right.
And that's why they treat us like cattle and all that other stuff. So,
Okay.
um,
So the humans or whatever, like where we're descended from, whatever we want to call that, the humans that were there at that time and that were put under the dome, like were they primitive, like cavemen,
no,
advanced?
yes, we us the humans are billions and billions of years old. We weren't created like the Bible says, Adam and Eve on Earth. That's all
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
It's significant to creation, but it's not. It wasn't happening here. So we either came here, landed here, started civilizations. That's why you see so many civilizations come and go.
right, right.
And then throughout time, certain rulers hid certain things, and people would grow up believing in other things. And as the population kept growing, more and more things were being hidden from us. And that's why we don't even know that the human race is billions of years old, and we didn't come from fucking monkeys.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The oldest human race is billions of years old, and the billions of years old, and they came out of the Uranus constellation,
Yeah. Yeah.
Uranus or whatever. So that's where these humans were started from,
Yeah.
out that way. They're still there, mind you.
Yeah. You told us they were olive skinned.
Yeah. So and they're not just olive skins. There's multiple colors.
Okay.
And even Dad tells me about some of my children will have blue skin, purple skin, olive skin. So um, it's it's I I have a lot of work still to do. Cleaning up and multiplying is one of my jobs. So
All right. So in the future, we'll be seeing, just like Star Wars or Star Trek, we're going to be seeing all sorts of races, colors, clothing. It's going to be fun, actually. Like,
it's going to be very fun, and it's
yeah,
going to start off with the humans. Mind you, we're going to transform into our original human form.
yeah, yeah,
And then what's going to happen is once we have full access to my ships and all my other equipment, we'll slowly educate the people on all the other beings and then slowly bring them in or allow you guys to go there. That's how it's going to happen.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, wanted to clarify that about the dome. A lot of news going on about Antarctica too. We had talked about the giants earlier that you gave heart attacks to. We had a question, are those the same giants that are kind of on your team that will be working with you? I know. I
No.
just wanted you to say it so the person could hear it.
Mm.
Yeah. So that there's like a king guy. He's like in suspended animation or whatever. We've seen video. There's four of them.
Mhm.
Okay. Are they kings or like is that just okay. So
Yeah.
other people will be working for you or are working for you.
Yep.
Boom. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you have to understand that I have all the abilities and everything that Dad wants me to have to be able to heal everyone, everything, every living being, and I have the power to evaporate everything, everything, everywhere, anywhere. So that they know this. This is why I'm the King of Kings.
Right.
So there was some truth to some of the biblical books. However, they didn't tell you everything.
Right.
And I'm telling you everything. Whether people believe it or not, it's irrelevant right now, but you will see that it will become true because it's true.
Okay.
So, lots of kings around the universe are under me. Not to mention, most of the kingdoms throughout the universe are mine. So, that's another thing that people have to understand and get over, especially if you're, skeptic or just dark, right? There's a lot of things that you still don't know, and I still haven't told y'all because it's not time.
Okay. Yeah. And I would think too, that they know who you are, slash, if you say we're going to heal your people, we're going to help this and that, that they would say, well, I want to ally with the guys that are trying to heal, not harm, you know?
Well, the good thing about those individuals is that they can see what's happening on Earth. Now, the humans here on Earth are still, they're
Sleep.
just, yeah, sleep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say stupid, but I don't.
Well, I'm just realizing like the extent of the lie is so big. We don't even know what's the truth anymore, but it's big, you
It's
know.
real big, real
But
big.
But I guess my biggest complaint about people is you'll try to tell them something and they have no curiosity, they don't want to know, and then they were like, "Oh, that's not true." And it's like,
That's a fucking spell. That's all that is.
yeah, yeah,
Now I told you about the ant farm, right?
yeah,
Okay, think about all of us being in an ant farm, and think about the ant themselves only know this, and then we have all this.
yeah,
You see
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Same shit.
Yeah,
Same shit. So yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be eye opening stuff, and some people will shut down because of it.
right.
So I'm expecting a lot of people to buy some sneakers and run to the church.
That's funny.
It's
Okay,
funny, fun
yeah,
stuff, fun stuff.
yeah. Got a question. Is source perfect?
Um, Daddy's perfect. I mean, we're all perfect. When people say that no one's perfect, that's not true because Dad made you perfectly the way you are.
Yeah, what was he thinking?
That's what he said. That's what he says when he made me.
All right, all right. Had a question about like when we're wearing charms or whatever, how can we be attacked? Because there's protective frequencies in them and all of that. So how can we get these attacks?
The way your mind is and the way you lower your vibration, they can come in.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, so the way you can be attacked is because of your mind, and your thoughts allow them to come in, creating
Yeah,
portals to attack you.
yeah,
So this is why I always say keep your vibes high, keep your thoughts pure and and not negative. You
yeah.
keep your thoughts pure and stay away from negativity, negative people, negative comments. When you read something that's negative, when somebody texts you something negative, your reaction lowers your vibration and it pretty much allows the attack to come in that way.
Ah,
So the products do help you and do protect you from certain things. If you're thinking and lowering your vibration, you're lowering, you're opening yourself up to attacks.
so let's say you get a negative message from somebody and you really like you believe it or you fight with them or whatever, you're opening yourself up. But if you're like, they don't even know what they're talking about, and you go about your business, then you're good.
Absolutely, because you're not engaging in the bullshit and lowering your vibration.
Right, right.
So that's important, especially when you're really close to me, because they will use anything and everything to get under your skin.
Yes.
Okay. They do it every chance they get. Okay. And these individuals are so dark that they just do it because they feel like it's a cool thing to do. And it's not. It's not cool at all. Like cut it out, give up, go away. I don't pay them no mind. If I'm telling you things are going to be a certain way, that's it.
Right, right.
I don't have to respond to you or anybody else because I see where it's coming from. Somebody got under your skin and now you're all upset, and you shouldn't be because I told you exactly what it is. And I told you what it is because it came from Dad,
Right.
right? So now some people attack us and they don't even realize what we know. You guys know better. When somebody comes at you in a certain way, it's literally to attack you. Certain people, right? Not everybody. So when they come at you in a certain way, no problem. Let them walk away or don't even answer them, and then use your love and light energy, cover them up,
Right.
because that shit makes them even worse. It's literally like salt on a snail, literally. So if they're sending you stupid shit and you ignore them because you know better already, you know what's going to happen for you. You're just waiting on daddy to allow things to, for him to work in your life. Ignore the bullshit, and that's that.
Right. So I
Some
know you're
people,
telling me this because sometimes people will give me a negative comment and I'm like, and then sometimes like, heart, just like you do. And the bottom line is everything is going to be awesome, you know.
well, I'm telling you, I'm telling Lydia, I'm telling Jazz, I'm telling all of y'all, every single one of y'all. We are in the middle of the most coolest transfer of everything, and they will get under your skin if they can.
Right.
So we all know where we stand. I told everybody where y'all stand. I told y'all where we're going. A lot of you guys are involved in some of the cool shit that I'm doing. So what makes you think they won't do something to get under your skin, to throw you off track, and to even try to turn you against me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I've shown nothing but love and light, healing, ass whoopings, funny jokes, and all types of shit. uh,
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So
mhm.
that's good. And I know you've told us this before, but so our vibration, our thoughts, our habits, all our environment, the people we hang out with, everything is important. So we only want the good ones, the high love and light ones. And why would you hang around with negative, dark people or do things that you know aren't healthy for you? Why would you?
Right.
Which,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You know that part where it says you can the one song says walk through hell with a smile.
No, but it's
O-
okay.
It's okay. Well, it's literally that way. Like, a lot of people are in their own hell.
Mm.
And if you walk through their hell with a smile, it doesn't affect you,
Right, right,
right? So you can go into dark places and still be full of love and light, and none of it will affect you because you're not lowering your vibration to them.
right, right.
Now, if you this glowing entity, this glowing beautiful being, and you lower your vibration and it's got a crack in your auric field, and they come in there and attack you, it's going to lower your vibration more, and then you're going to be like them,
Yeah, yeah,
all messed up, things not going your way because you yourself allowed that crack to begin.
yeah,
So you have to look at that crack, seal it up, create that massive energy field around you again, clean up all your negative thoughts, move forward with what dad wants you to do, or just move forward with being a good person and doing good for the people, because that's literally what dad wants you to do anyway.
right, right.
That
Good,
changes everything.
good explanation.
Yeah,
Like it's practical, like so we can understand that.
it's
So like
easy.
we're having the products and all of that is, it's kind of the passive cheater's way to clear and heal and protect. But your thoughts matter, your actions matter, and habits and the way you think matters.
Right, and that's true. That's true. Now, when you when you thinking negative, that's what's going to happen in your life. A bunch of negative shit,
Yeah,
and it's also manifesting negative shit.
yeah,
It's like when I tell you guys I can be sitting here, a negative person could be sitting here. I'm looking at beautiful weather and birds chirping. This dude is sitting here, and all he sees is thunderstorming and crap happening, and a
yeah,
car passes by and spills rainwater on him and nothing happens to me because I'm enjoying, I'm living, loving.
Yeah, yeah. I had a comment yesterday from somebody and like about how serious and heavy everything is, which I get. You look up there, there's some, dark things happening, but look around at nature. Like look at things that make you feel good. I mean, there's so many beautiful things happening too. People
Yeah.
are helping others. I mean, like they're not doing it the way I want them to, which is like everyone, but there's so many good things out there happening, and it's only going to get better and better, you know?
That's right. That's right. And we're going to play a big part of that because, we're going to be operating in a way where everybody will want to operate, and they're going to see that we're doing things and we don't have ulterior motives. Um, um, we have love and light, and we're doing things to help people.
Right, right,
And the only motives we have is to help people.
right.
I always tell people it's lonely at the top, so I'm gonna bring everybody with me.
Yeah, I love that saying.
Yeah, in my previous lives, not previous lives, but like before I started all this,
Yeah,
I was at the top of every field that I was in, right? And and the one of the big fields that I was in was the game and the street stuff. I was at the top of all that too, right? However, it was very lonely because I couldn't trust anybody.
yeah,
So I'm glad that I went through what I had to go through and experience the things that I had to experience and go to jail and do all this other stuff, right? I'm using the same mentality that I was back in the day, and now I'm reversed it and doing good with it. And now I don't have to hide from anyone. And I'm bringing everybody with me, those that will pay attention to what I'm saying. And I'll help them. I'll do whatever I can for them. Um, that's why I say it's lonely at the top because I know what it felt like when, in different positions where you couldn't you couldn't trust nobody or you couldn't be, you thought things were a certain way and nobody wants to talk to you or you don't talk to nobody because of certain things, right? So I've experienced all that. Now I want to talk to everybody. I want to help everybody. I want to lift people up. I want your business to grow. I want your business to grow. I want you to be successful. I want this, I want that. Let's do it together. And we have daddy to back us up. So, you know, dad has been in my life the whole time, going in and out of streets and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I always knew I was special. I've thought different since the beginning, since my since I can remember. And my IQ is through the roof too. It's documented. So I was always thinking differently. Always, 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 always. Which is why I was always at the top of whatever I wanted to do. I was successful at it, and it makes sense. Why it makes sense to me now. And we're changing everything to benefit everyone. And now I have the abilities and funding and everything to do it all. So that's where we're going.
fabulous, fabulous. All right. Are we at a good breaking point for today, or have you got more time or?
Yeah, we're actually good for today. I gotta take some of these calls and call some of these people back.
Well, I thank you for, again, I know sometimes you're like, oh, didn't I answer that last week?
No,
But
I don't care at all because it's there's it's always the same question, but the answer is kind of different. So I don't mind.
yeah, and even the we might think we know it reinforces it for us. So thank you
Right.
for, spending the time and the effort for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a part of our job. So that's why we do it.
Yeah.
And I actually I love to talk and I love to educate people on some of this stuff. Um, despite the haters and everybody else, but all of this stuff is cool. We're just getting started, you know.
Yeah.
You guys can see after, if you're paying attention, right? And I've already told you that angelics aren't always people with wings, right? So after we release that 36 to 40, now you're seeing more crafts in the skies, like visible crafts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, not all angels have wings, and not all of them are, meant to do good. Some of them are meant to just kick ass and reveal themselves and show themselves. So the more and more they don't want to do what Daddy wants them to do, the more and more I'll expose ourselves.
Right.
And the more and more they claim that they're, this fashion or that fashion or Palladians or this and that, the more and more it's going to be shown that they belong to me. So I'm excited. I'm happy about it. I'm tired of talking about it and things aren't shown to people yet, but it's coming. So I don't worry about it.
Right.
And for all you other individuals out there, make sure you get some real good running shoes and tie it up real nice.
And some depends.
and some depends too. Oh man, we're gonna have so much fun.
Can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you so
That's
much
right.
for your
That's
trouble
right.
again. Appreciate what you're doing.
We good. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Take care. Bye-bye. Oops.